As a practicing pagan, one of my favorite times about ritual is casting a circle hand in hand with the community. I now reach to our community, our congregation, our peers and loved ones. So as I light this chalice as a symbol of our covenant and spirit to be with one another today, we will also cast our circle hand in hand. So imagine clasping hands with many in a circle, and if you're here physically, clasp hands with those who are in your household, and imagine doing so with others in this space. As I reach across the span of space, time, and technology, I clasp hands with you all. Together, we will say the words, "Hand to hand, I cast the circle," 3 times. No need to be loud or shout, just speak with your normal voice. Hand to hand, I cast the circle. Hand to hand, I cast the circle. Hand to hand, I cast the circle. The circle has been cast, and we are between worlds and between times, where all things are possible. So hello and welcome. Today, we, the Sacred Earth Circle CUUPS chapter, are here to introduce ourselves as a new small group ministry. Sacred Earth Circle is UUNB's new CUUPS chapter, organized from the larger Covenant of Unitarian Universalist Pagans Continental. So the Covenant of Unitarian Universalist Pagans, CUUPS Continental, is an organization dedicated to networking pagan identified Unitarian Universalists, UUs, educating people about paganism, promoting interfaith dialogue, developing pagan liturgies and theologies, and supporting pagan-identified UU religious professionals. CUUPS was charted by the Unitarian Universalist Association at the General Assembly in 1987. CUUPS Continental is an independent affiliate of the UUA, honoring goddess-based, earth-centered tribal and pagan spiritual paths. Membership in CUUPS is open to UUs and those in sympathy with UU purposes and principles. UU paganism is a community instilled with specific UU values that include the celebration of diversity and respect for all. UU paganism does not tie a person to any particular dogma or earth-centered religious tradition. Each person is free to choose their own spiritual truth. In the chart provided, you can see where individual congregational CUUPS chapters fall within the organization's structure. We also have local CUUPS chapters here in Texas, as well as 120 plus in nationwide. So to further expand on the organization structure within UUNB, Sacred Earth Circle, again, is another small group ministry. Our chapter is made up of congregational members who identify as earth-centered, nature-based, pagan, and or interested in paganism. Chapters create their own programming that is in alignment with Unitarian Universalist purposes and principles. Chapters are a safe space for those who are spiritually inspired by paganism, earth, nature-centered thinking, and those who honor the earth as their spiritual home. This can include, depending on the cultural landscape, those from a variety of earth, nature-centered thinking. Some chapters have members who may be Indigenous, Native American, Santerian, Asatru, and Wiccan, and so on. Chapters are open and welcoming to the LGBTQIA+ peoples, or the rainbow alphabet, and people from many lifestyles, backgrounds who honor these traditions. So before the Common Era, the people who practiced these pagan ways had no religion in a sense of how we use the word today. It is misleading to say that there was such a thing as paganism before the written word. It is difficult to know with any certainty how these rural people practiced their faith and beliefs. And yet, pagans like myself look to what they have left behind, the stories of our ancestors, and much more to find and forge our own spiritual path. Paganism is tough to define because there is no set doctrine that says this is what it means to be pagan. If you want to be pagan, you are left to figure it out for yourself and what it means to be spiritual. To the frustration of curious outsiders, defining pagan traditions is often an individual matter and guided by your feelings and intuitions. In reality, pagans are very different from each other individually and in their groupings. However, in a simple and summed up way, paganism is a movement dedicated to reviving the polytheistic, nature worshiping pagan religions and adopting them for the use of people in modern societies. Also, we would like to familiarize everyone with the symbol in the center of this image, the pentacle. As far back as ancient Sumeria, it has been used to represent the 5 elements: earth, air, fire, water, and spirit. This symbol is a common pagan symbol that pops up with basic research and seen most often in pagan groups, at least locally. However, not every pagan uses this symbol. This is only one of many possible symbols used by pagans. However, when referring to pagans, it is one of the most often that are present and at the forefront of our local community.
With that in mind, we wanted to share with you all our chapter's 5-point mission statement. Welcome. Sacred Earth Circle is a compassionate, welcoming circle of earth-based believers and practitioners. We value diversity in beliefs, backgrounds, culture, and practices, and welcome all who wish to explore with us within the UU principles and the 6th UU source of wisdom. When we speak of welcome, we not only speak to those who join our group, but also those with curious questions, ideas to share, and friendship, promoting dialogue and encouraging the development of theological and liturgical materials based on many spiritual perspectives. Even if you do not identify as pagan, we welcome you with open hearts and minds.
To interact. As a practicing circle, we seek to educate ourselves, our UUNB congregation, and the broader community about earth-based beliefs and tradition in a way that upholds UU principles, creates interfaith dialogue, and encourages questioning to discover what those traditions might be. Our wish is to have a positive effect on one another, to provide educational materials on paganism for our UU congregation and the general public. As UUs, our favorite question is why? And we want to ask why together within our chapter and without. We know you have questions, and your questions are welcome here.
We celebrate. Excuse me. We will lead earth-based Sunday services as invited. We will create and offer rituals, celebrations, gatherings, and rites of passage for our circle, for UUNB, and for the broader earth-based community as needs and desires arise. Essentially, we want to encourage a greater use of music, dance, visual arts, poetry, story, and creative ritual in UU worship and celebration. This also means we can be asked about such things as coming of age celebrations, no matter stage, rites of passage, hand fastings, even just wanting us to help with gardening or your Earth Day celebrations. We are here to celebrate with you all.
We connect. As earth-based practitioners, we offer connection community, and support for our participants and guests. We seek to build the bonds of friendship and spiritual relationship while supporting the UUNB principles and mission. Networking is a way to connect, but also to provide support for pagan-identified UU religious professionals, ministerial students, and fellow UU congregants. Together, we will foster healing relationships with our Mother, the Earth, and all her children.
We explore Sacred Earth Circle, a circle of diverse beliefs and perspectives, will explore various traditions, practices, beliefs, and interpretations of paganism, alternative spiritualities, and earth-based traditions, remaining open to new ideas, practices, and experiences while sharing in togetherness of diversity. Diversity is the spice of life, and as UU members and friends, we know this is true. Within our covenants to each other in our UU faith, our dynamics broaden our spiritual horizon, and the sky is the limit. With an ever-expanding universe, the sky is endless.
In summary, we, the UUNB's Sacred Earth Circle CUUPS chapter, wanted to introduce ourselves to our congregation. We look forward to our continued connections and future faith developments. If you would like to learn more about our chapter, be it out of curiosity or in participating, we invite you to our CUUPS meetings. Please contact me, Cole, from your membership directory via email for any additional information, or you're welcome to visit our website, which is sacredearthcircle.weebly.com. Blessed be. As I extinguish this chalice, we shall now open the circle in which that we cast at the beginning. Remember that this chalice lives within us all, and we are connected in many ways, aspects. So love is the law, and by love we are bound. In love we have come together, and in love we shall depart. The circle is open, but never broken. May peace go ever in our hearts. Merry meet, merry part, and merry meet again.